It's a behavior disorder with lots of negative connotations, but the author of this new book says there are many positive traits that stem from attention deficit disorder. He's going to join us live when we come back.
This is Fox 25 Morning News.
When most people hear the acronym ADD, it conjures up certain connotations, most of them negative. Doctors, teachers, and even parents label these kids as stubborn, inattentive, disruptive. Our next guest is out to change that perception. In his new book, SuperParenting for ADD, an innovative approach to raising your distracted child, Dr. Edward Hallowell and Dr. Peter Jensen show us how the traits of ADD kids are actually good things. Dr. Hallowell, a man with decades of experience working with ADD children and best-selling author, joins us live in studio this morning. Great to see you again, Doctor. We appreciate you coming in. So people hear ADD, based on your experience, what's their initial reaction?
Oh, they think stupid, impaired, disabled, unreliable, unpredictable, disruptive, bad. You know.
How did it get to that point? I mean, most therapists, I guess, will see ADD as a disability.
Exactly. Well, it comes out of the medical model, which emphasizes pathology. It talks about everything that goes wrong. You go get tested, and you find out all the ways in which your child is impaired and disabled. And what I want to do is say, let's add to the picture. Let's complete the picture. Let's talk about what's good, what's positive, what's talented. It certainly is not an unmitigated blessing having ADD, but neither is it an unmitigated curse.
We're going to talk to some traits that people have with ADD and what they actually could mean on a positive side in just a second. But you put, in fact, parents who have kids with ADD in terms of trying to get them help should find someone who, as you put it, sees it as a Ferrari with bicycle brakes.
Yeah, the ADD brain is like a Ferrari engine. The problem is they've got bicycle brakes. You can't slow it down.
Right.
But if you can strengthen the brakes, then that Ferrari engine can win you some races in life. And you know, so the goal is for them to become a champion, not just to treat some disability.
Let's go through some of the traits you talk about. And I think when people see these, they'll say, you know what, you're onto something here. Mirror traits, as you call them. In an ADD person, hyperactive, restless, you say, well, that equals energetic.
Exactly. At my age, I'm 59. I'm real glad that I have H, that I have hyperactivity. I've got extra energy.
Intrusive is eager.
Exactly. Eager, curious. I mean, distractible is curious and eager and interested.
Can't stay on point. You see that as connecting or seeing connections that others don't.
Exactly. And that's typically the ADD brain, you know, hops all over the place. The next thing you know, they've made a discovery. The guy who invented the electronic ticket, for example, in the aviation industry, David Neilman, has ADD.
Forgetful. Another ADD trait people point to, gets totally into what he or she is doing.
Exactly. They get hyper focused, and indeed it's a misconception that they can't pay attention. They can pay super attention. It's just it's not always where they're supposed to be paying attention.
Let's go through a couple other one of these here. Disorganized or spontaneous, stubborn, persistent, won't give up, inconsistent, shows flashes of brilliance, moody, equal to sensitive.
Exactly.
Why haven't other people looked at those traits and looked at them on the other side as you've laid out for us?
Well, I think it's the training of most professionals in mental health and doctors is to look at pathology only. And in the case of the human mind or a child, that does tremendous damage. If all you talk about is what's bad, you've also got to complete the picture, talk about what's positive, what can develop into something valuable, talented, and because the real disability is shame and fear, not ADD. I have ADD, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Let me ask you about changing that perception, especially in schools. In the book, you talk about ways that the teachers in the classroom can actually turn this around and get the best out of the ADD kids.
Yes, and in the book I have a section you can hand to the teacher to sort of say, look, this is what this child could be, and if you follow these steps, you can develop their talents, not just treat their so-called disability.
Have you found that public schools now are sort of turning around a little bit?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Teachers are very eager. Teachers want to do the best for these kids, and I just try to give them the tools to do that.
And what's your experience when ADD kids get this type of positive reinforcement? What's the payoff?
The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. You know, they can become CEOs. You know, they can become great entertainers. They can become I have several brain surgeons who have patients who have ADD. The sky's the limit. They can become phenomenal successes in life.
And do you find that when the ADD kids learn about, hey, this successful person in this field or that field has ADD, that kind of helps them in terms of dealing with...
Exactly. Then they get excited. Instead of feeling ashamed and hanged on, they say, all right, you know, I'm going to put in that extra work. I'm going to go that extra because I want to be a champion, not just be a remediated disability. You know, I want to really thrive, and they absolutely can. That Ferrari engine can win a lot of races.
And you encourage this book not only for parents of children with ADD, but if you're an educator or you're a teacher or anything, important lessons in here as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Dr. Hallowell, we appreciate you coming in. The book is fantastic.
Thanks a million.
And a very positive spin on this, and I know a lot of folks are going to are going to be happy to read this.
Thanks
Parents
a
who are
lot,
dealing
Gene.
with this. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Great seeing you. We've got to take a break. By the way, for more information, I want to tell people you can visit drhallowell.com, HALLOWELL.com. You get more information on it and also figure out where you can pick up the book. We do have to take a break. We'll continue in just a moment.